Movie Squad back in the house.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The gang's all here. The Fantastic Four. The incomparable three plus me. I'm one of your hosts here. I'm Chase Johnson Lynch from the On the Shelf Show, and I'm glad to be here with the gang for the Lashathon.
The slash down.
The slash down. I'm glad to be here with the gang with the slash down, and I'm joined by my man
James Jump from Cinema Snaps. Nice to see you all again.
Hey dudes, I'm Matt Sloan. I'm from the Better Movie Podcast. I like to have fun.
Do you really?
So much.
You don't sound like it.
So much.
Yeah, it was so fun to hear you having fun.
Yeah, and we got Sinead Renee, who's from Guilty Pleasures, and that is me.
Yeah, that's hers. Yeah,
It's me.
she's guilty.
Are you sure?
Right,
And pleasurable at times.
do you notice how the silence in the room?
Warning.
So, Matt, tell us about the
It is.
slash down.
Okay, so we thought we all like 80s classics. We all like slasher movies.
We do.
Let's get a few of the great ones
Let's have a fight.
and let's have a fatal four-way.
Ooh, a fatal four-way.
I know.
I love that. Come on,
I love that.
How about a fatal foursome?
You had to go there. Till horny.
Remember,
Jerry, you
this kid is young. He's just only hit the point
Just
of...
turned 18.
gets excited.
Yeah, too much. So, let's start on you, Sinead, right?
Yeah.
All right, so hit us off with your 80s slasher.
So, my 80s slasher of choice is actually quite late to the game, but it is the one and only Charles Lee Ray, Chucky the Doll.
Now, listen, I know Chucky had a knife, but, come on. Against us, you think Chucky's going to take us down?
Little dude.
Yeah, but the
big
thing
scale.
is, right, the thing is with Chucky, obviously in comparison to the rest, he does have a slight, edge of mortality to him. If he stays in the doll body long enough, then he will turn into a human and he will die.
I could boot him with a fence.
However,
What did you say?
He said, "What time is it?"
However, what makes Chucky so powerful as a character is the fact that if he does get his hands on somebody, he can actually just keep switching bodies and there go. Can never die.
That's funny because I remember, like what Chucky would do is he'd be like, he had to like hold their heads and then he had to do an incantation, doesn't he?
Yeah, Ade de Mila.
Okay,
Give me
wait a
the
minute. Don't
power,
do
I
it, girl.
beg of
Don't
you.
do it, girl. That's like saying Candyman 5 times. What the hell?
We gotta go.
James, you were changing. Look, he's all of a sudden got wooden. You know what I mean? How many movies did Chucky have?
Chucky has so many movies. Chucky has 7 movies and then
7?
he has
Seriously?
7 now, yeah. And
You gotta name it.
And my man has a series on the way too, which is going to be streaming on Sci-Fi next year.
Starring Chuck Liddell. Grown up Chucky.
Chucky finally grows up. We've already did an ending for Chucky. Chucky finally grows up.
I mean, the model is so creepy for Chucky. Like when I
Yeah.
was younger, it's so weird to look like a little dog coming after you with a knife.
Yeah, and he's ginger as well, so he has no soul.
Well, because we love our old movies too, but there was a lot of doll fixation movies, weren't there? Like Demon Dolls and all of this other
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So, I mean, when Chucky came out with the first Child's Play, what was that? Like around
88.
88 and stuff like that. It was kind of like, oh my God, he's not only a doll, but he's ginger.
No soul.
Yeah, well, hey, dude, I never said that about Ginger. I'm just saying, because it was funny because looking at him running around like the little kid that they had in the Chucky outfit with the little overalls.
And they scaled up the backgrounds to be able to do those shots as well.
Oh, is that
So
what
they-
they did?
Yeah,
but
so they
it
made bigger door
was
frames
a
and
little
stuff.
kid though, wasn't it?
Yeah, so all the action shots of him like running and climbing stairs and stuff, that was Frank. I think the kid's name's Franklin, and that was him dressed up as him. And they'd scale up the thing, so they'd make giant steps and they'd make giant door frames to make him look like a little doll.
Yeah.
So there's a real stunt double for Chucky.
Yeah, and then obviously,
That's a real human.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
the close-ups of the animatronics.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
that.
That's creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
So somebody was actually Chucky. He actually had a casting.
Imagine me and that. Like, what's your claim to fame? I'm Chucky's stunt double. What? He's the real
I'm
Chucky.
Chucky's
Like,
stunt
that's a
double.
Netflix documentary.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, what happened to you, man? Well, after the 7th movie, I had nowhere to go from there.
It's just him washed up like in a dead-end career.
Oh my God!
No, because it does show. It does show.
I would love to see. I would love to see that. Chucky's stunt double. He's on Skid Row.
Time's been hard recently.
He's still wearing the overall.
Yes. And he's got for the split. Yeah.
I'd pay to watch, to be fair.
Oh, I watched that.
To be fair, yeah.
So these slashers that we're going to be talking about, obviously, there's the whole like coming back. So how did they have to kill Chucky, and how did he come back?
Well, this is something that the fans obviously have speculated. There's been arguments and all sorts because basically, first 3 movies are their own thing.
So that Child Play 1, 2, and 3.
Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. He has like this rule. So Chucky's rule is that he can move his soul from body to body, but it can only be the person that he first reveals his name to.
Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah. So obviously he tells Andy, this little kid, when he's gifted to him, oh, my real name's Charles Lee Ray. And then obviously he goes and visits his voodoo friend and he's like, how do I get out of this doll body? Because I'm turning human and, I don't want to be a doll forever. And so the voodoo guy's like, oh, you must transfer your soul into the first person you revealed yourself to. And he was like, that was a 6-year-old kid. I'm going to be 6 years old again.
Yeah.
So the first 2 movies.
I wouldn't mind being 6 again.
Yeah, well. So the first 2 movies kind of revolve around him like chasing after Andy Barclay, trying to get in his body.
Did they ever have the grown-up version of Andy, like the actor? Did he ever grow up?
That's the thing. So movies 1 and 2, it's the same actor. Then by the 3rd one, they needed him to be like a teenager because he joined the army.
Yeah.
So they changed it.
But teenager joined the army? What is this, like in England where you're in the commandos or something like that?
No, he joined a military school in the 3rd movie, and it revolves around Chucky tracking him down to this
Chucky
military
goes
school.
to the army.
Yeah, but by the... Well, yeah, but by
Chucky
the 3rd...
gets drafted.
Chucky gets drafted.
Go on, James.
Yes. I was stuck on like Full Metal Jacket and just couldn't go anywhere.
Show me your war face.
So by the 3rd movie, obviously he's defeated twice by Andy in the first 2. Then by the 3rd movie, because his I think what happens is the blood from the old doll gets mixed with a new production line.
Of course it does.
Because horror movies.
Convenience.
And he he gets to he thinks that Andy's the only person he can get into. So he gets there and then he realizes that he's in a new body. So he picks this little black kid, and he's like, Chucky's going to be a
black kid.
Yeah, Chucky's going to be a bro is what he says.
Chucky's going to be a bro.
Chucky going to be a bro.
Chucky go black. You never go back.
And
Just Black Chucky.
Black Chucky.
Dude.
Black Chucky.
Did he ever get into that kid?
He didn't know. Andy foiled his plans.
Oh, well,
as usual.
So which one was Bride of Chucky? Was that 4 or 5?
So that was number 4. So that's when that's when like the franchise started to change. It was kind of like you moved into the 90s and like it wasn't enough for slashes to be just slashes. They had to be funny now. Kind of picking up on that 90s thing. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Really?
So it was
maybe for
tonally 4 and 5 are kind of their own things, and it's really strange because it goes back on track by number 6.
Did they change all the plot and stuff?
Not
He
necessarily.
was no longer after Andy, but he was after somebody else.
Yeah, so Bride of Chucky, basically Tiffany, who was his like old bird from back in the day.
Wait. Played by the lovely Jennifer Tilly.
By the gorgeous Jennifer.
Please tell me you know who Jennifer Tilly is.
You know who Jennifer Tilly is. She plays Bonnie in
She's
Family
bountiful.
Guy. Yep. You know who she is.
She's bountiful.
Yeah.
She's bountiful.
Yeah. She's
Okay,
beautiful, beautiful woman.
Okay, I said bountiful, but that's okay.
What? Straight to horny jail.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
So that was 4 and 5. What happened after that?
After that, right. So Jennifer Tilly brings him back from the dead. Only this time his priorities are a bit different.
He was no longer looking for a bride?
No, so So basically, in number 4, they like hijack these young couple, hold them hostage, get them to drive them to the place where Chucky can get this amulet off his dead body to be able to like put themselves back in human bodies without having like the time, like factor of like, you know, oh, I'm about to turn human. You know what I mean? They get there. They have a massive domestic, basically, and that ends the movie. Like,
wow, man, when did this get all dramatic?
So yeah.
No, I meant Chucky. I mean, you know what I mean.
So yeah, so him and Tiff have a domestic, because they let their guard down because they're just
Tiff had a tiff.
Yeah, Tiff had a tiff with Chucky, and that lets their guard down just long enough for this young couple to be able to just ice them both.
So where did it go from there?
Well, in the post-credit scene of number 4, the dead body of Tiffany begins to scream. And out from her little doll vagina comes this creature.
Like humanoids from the deep.
Humans from the deep. Comes this creature. So by number 5, we meet Glenn.
The baby of Chucky and Tiff?
Who is the child of Chucky and Tiff.
First of all, how did Chucky
child
hook up with Tiff?
Oh, there's a beautiful...
Wait a minute. The doll hooked up with Tiff?
2 dolls. No, so basically...
Oh, Tiff was a doll?
Yeah, Chucky...
All
puts
right,
her in a doll.
I gotta be sure that 2 dolls had sex.
2 dolls. It was
not
2
a
dolls.
doll with a woman.
I can't say it.
Okay,
Is it
go
like
down.
this? Like action.
Dude, it's not me, bruv. She's
Pretty
the one
much.
telling the story.
Yeah, in a very tasteful silhouetted sex scene of
I think
2
I remember
dolls.
that. I think I remember that, and it wasn't tasteful at all. But anyway, it was really creepy watching that in the theater. So anyway, let's just move forward. How do we get to the like 6 and 7 and all of that kind of
6
stuff?
and 7, right. So, end of Chucky 5, his kid and Tiffany both managed to get into human bodies, whereas Chucky is very much like, nah, you know what? I've been doing this for too long. I enjoy being a doll. I'm just going to be Chucky the doll, basically, is what happens at the end of number 5. So, obviously, all the fans were a bit like, the whole point of this was you getting into a human body, and now you're happy being a doll.
I can't really believe that there were people actually waiting to find out how this story ends.
Well, it's just like a really good moral,
I meant in the movies, you know, like I stopped watching, I think, at 4, you know what I mean? I think it was doll sex, really, like I stopped.
Doll sex.
Doll sex.
Some people just ain't into doll sex. I thought it's just a really nice moral, though, isn't it? About like being comfortable in your own skin and that. I mean, he's a doll, but
He's a killer doll.
He's accepted, like,
dude. Are you down like Lars and the Real Girl, bruh? Because
no,
it just
but
seems like
it's like
you know?
he's accepted his like avatar, if you will. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And he's
I
like,
get it.
I'm cool with who I am.
I get
being
it.
a murderous doll and all, but you know, good for him, no. Finding
Yeah.
some inner peace.
Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
So
I agree.
how do you think the series is going to be? You think they're just going to start from the beginning again with the series?
No, so basically what it's going to be, so 6 and 7, like I said, got back on track. What he ended up doing in 6 and 7 is he gets Tiffany, who is now human again, to mail him to all the people who had ever done him wrong. And the first family we see him get mailed to and start causing trouble turns out to be like his first kind of like family. So what happened was there was this woman whose husband died. She was pregnant with 1 child, already had 1. And Chucky basically kidnaps her, like, as a human. This is before he became the doll. He kidnapped her, was trying to, like, force himself on her, like, as a father, well, as, like, a husband and a father figure. She basically, like, manages to escape, calls the police, and in response, Chucky axes her in the belly.
In the belly?
In the belly while she's pregnant.
First of all, he's delivered by Amazon. Then,
Pretty much. No, it's FedEx.
Jeff Bezos.
It's FedEx.
FedEx.
Criminal mastermind.
Yeah.
If it was
yeah,
DPD, would not have got there.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
True.
So you find out, like, so Chucky, like, you know, and the baby she ends up having ends up being in a wheelchair because of what Chucky's done to this mother. And you find out that when you see him running away in the first movie, that's what he's running away from. He's just done this to this woman, and he runs away and ends up in the doll. So that's the crime he committed for the policeman to be chasing him.
So
it's
they
like
went
full
back to the
circle.
beginning.
So they went back. So it's like a prequel kind of thing going on. So Chucky gets mailed to this girl in a wheelchair, has like the intention of like killing her and like obviously all the entire family. She ends up like all her family are dead. She ends up like surviving, but goes to a mental asylum, which is where number 7 is held. because he's still after her. And then in number 7, you find out that he's actually somehow managed to obtain the ability to put himself in multiple dolls, which is called the Cult of Chucky. So there's multiple Chucky dolls running around this one asylum.
I just want to know who writes this stuff. Yeah, really, seriously.
Somebody.
Money talks. Money talks.
Money talks.
Yeah.
So the series that's going to happen next year is supposed to be like a continuation of that. So by the end of number 7, he manages to he's got multiple dolls of himself, but he also manages to get his soul transferred into the woman in the wheelchair, who can now walk because it's him. And
I could just see Kung Fu Chucky, Cowboy Chucky,
Chucky on ice.
Chucky on ice. Because there are multiple Chuckies, you get me?
So the what I'm hoping for is that they don't like Stranger Things this up. But what it's going to be is Chucky goes to this town. It follows a young lad we don't know what his relationship is with Charles Lee Ray. But Chucky basically torments him and his mates, like in the school. And you're supposed to be like finding little bits about, I don't know whether it's his hometown, but you're supposed to be finding out little bits about Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah.
As you're like, navigating this series. And also, I forgot to mention, in 6 and 7, Andy comes back.
I was going to say Andy needs to come back as an adult.
So he comes back. So in Cult of Chucky, you see him, he keeps like Chucky's head from like the second one. And he's tormenting the head, and you're thinking, well, hang on a minute. How's Chucky's head there when you know Chucky's been running around the last few movies?
I want to know how does he torment his head?
So he's literally got his head on a spike, and he just burns it and prods it, and like when he's pissed off with him.
Yeah.
And he gives him there's a scene where he lights a spliff and lets him have a smoke. Lets this Chucky head have a smoke of it because he's he's had a rough day. Like, honestly. And then by the end of the 7th movie, Andy goes off to the asylum to help this woman. And then you see what's her name? Kyle from the second film come in. And the Chucky head's like, Kyle, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, Andy sent me, we're gonna have some fun. And that's how the 7th movie ends.
Well.
That's a lot.
Well, I didn't think that was going on for that long, but
that's
I mean,
a
like,
roller coaster.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that's
all
Chucky.
the Chucky movies.
Yeah. All right.
Less than 7 minutes.
Okay. Well, I don't think it
feeling
was 7 minutes. I
lucky
think it was a little bit
watching
longer than
Chucky?
7 minutes. But
17.
17 minutes.
exactly. All right. So let me try and do this as speed dial. So my slasher is Michael Myers.
Oh my God.
The coolest shape ever, played by Nick Castle, John Carpenter's best friend, and everything. And basically, I already said about how John Carpenter stole this idea from Black Christmas. But I mean, pretty much he creates this guy who goes around killing babysitters. So this guy, Michael Myers, when he was a kid, he slashed up his sister. I'll try to keep it tame and why he did that. I don't know. It was a really big knife. And he goes into the asylum, meets Dr. Loomis, and supposedly just sits there silently for about 15 years until magically there's supposedly another sister, Laurie Strode, played by the lovely Jamie Lee Curtis. And he knows, she's 18. Kind of like the same age as the other sister, Judith Myers. And so he leaves and gets out. And now they don't explain all of this. She just got to put it all together. But he goes after Jamie Lee Curtis for some strange reason and everything. And Loomis hunts him down. Now, all of a sudden, for some reason, he knows how to drive a car. He knows how to get back home because he was in Smith's Groves or whatever. But either way, it's just that it's like he's like a dog. It's like he got a scent on this girl. Yeah. Now, what's great about Halloween is there's no blood. Even when he's slashing his sister, because John Carpenter took the Alfred Hitchcock example of Psycho. Janet Leigh is known as one of the most horrific killing sequences in the shower, but there's really no blood. Yeah, even though you get a little bit of trickle of blackness, liquid going down the drain, it's not in the skin and all that. And even You know, I mean, you see his naked sister sitting there. I mean, not sitting there. I mean, laying there and
Just
everything. Yeah, not chilling. She's dead.
Spectating.
She's dead. But I mean, there's a little bit of blood on there, but it's no blood really at all. So when he's going around killing all the babysitters and boyfriends and everything, even the dog, no blood. So, but it was all about suspense. It was really cool. The music. I mean, John Carpenter is all about the synthesizers. You know that, Matt, right? It's all about the synthesizers. So then, what happened was that he decided at the end to make it that the killer gets away. So Loomis, is chasing him. He doesn't succeed. And, cha-ching, Hollywood says, or Mustafa Akkad says, make me another one.
This is good, another.
And then Carpenter's like, well, I wasn't really expecting to make a sequel. It wasn't like common at this time in 79 and everything like that. So he said, okay, well, we'll just continue the night. And so, but I love that, opening sequence, when Loomis comes out, and it's, like a couple of years later, whatever, but he comes out and he's like, the neighbor says, oh, man, what's going on, man? I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight. And he says, you don't know what death is. It was awesome. But then what was weird was it's like, what people don't realize, Halloween and Halloween 2 was like about 2 or 3 years apart.
Yeah.
So it's like they lost access to the costumes because the whole story about the William Shatner mask, right? So like that kid Tramer who gets hit by the car and everything. Yeah. It's like the mask was all weird, It wasn't the same Shatner mask that they had in the first one. And that was the problem with each and subsequent movie. The masks kept changing. Okay. Why can't you just keep the mask? Right? It's not like it decayed over the time, right? Just keep the mask. But it kept changing, so it kept looking weirder and weirder every time. And then so this whole set piece ends up in a hospital, and it's like Laurie is like has the dream that she's actually sister with Michael Myers and stuff like that. But if you notice, Laurie's hair was all different from the first movie. I mean, it's like Jesus Christ, Jamie Lee Curtis didn't get that old. She'd already did a couple of other horror movies, John Carpenter, like The Fog and everything else. Why is she so old looking? But she was. It's like they put this terrible wig on her head. It was like a Mary Tyler Moore wig or something. It's like, what are you going on, woman? And it was like that. And and Michael, just continues to walking around, right? He does that nice slow walking stuff and everything. So he's just strolling. He's just strolling, But then so they decide that, and I think this was Carpenter, he decides I'm going to blow him up, right? Yeah. So he blows up Michael Myers, burns him. He shows his head is on fire.
Oh, I love it.
Right? He's got to be dead, right?
Wrong.
Make me another one. Dude, I refuse.
His head burns off, like, he's dead.
Movie logic.
You know what I mean? I'll make an anthology, but I'm not going to make another Michael Myers movie. So then Season of the Witch is the one that's less talked about, but a lot of people say that it's the best one. Have you ever seen Season of the Witch, Halloween 3?
I haven't.
I have not.
Oh my God, you're missing out. And everything. So, they got these robots that move like Michael Myers, right?
Robot Myers.
Robot Myers?
Yeah, they got these robot Myers. And everything
Myers.
like that. Play with music. Robot Myers and everything like that. And, because there was supposed to be this guy, Cochran, who was making these dolls, right? Like, adult-sized dolls. And he had these masks that could conjure up demons. Okay. So, like, he wanted Halloween to be like the original Halloween, which is the Festival of Samhain, right? So it's like kids going around, demons eating kids and everything like that. So he's like, we're making these masks. And then what's going to happen is we're going to play this mnemonic music. And like at midnight, the mask is going to eat away at the kids' heads and everything. And snakes and bugs will all come out of their heads and everything. You got to see this movie. So you got this one guy, I forgot his name. He's always in a John Carpenter movie. And he's got this lovely girl like Kate Nelligan. I paused because, yes.
Kate Nelligan.
Yeah, man. Chicken. Yeah. So they have
on
a
the
sex
Google.
scene. Yeah, they have a sex scene. But either way is, so this guy is supposed to stop this man who has like a Stonehenge temple in the studio or whatever and everything. And it's all this kind of like, I'm bringing hell on earth. And this one guy is supposed to stop him. Right? This is where it gets insane, right? So then, like, he gets tied up, right? His girlfriend gets turned into a robot, right? And then the evil guy Cochran puts a mask on his head, right? And he said, "You don't know about Halloween, do you?" Right? Just like that. I love this. This is a great monologue. And then now like he tells them the story about what he's doing, and so the guy wriggles away, somehow gets away. He throws a coin at the Stonehenge and it blows everything up and everything like that. But then the kids are still wearing a mask. So like he's using the TV commercials to kind of like trigger the mask so that way the heads explode and everything. So then the guy, you know, he meets up with his girl and his girl tries to kill him. He's like, oh, that's how he realizes she's a robot. Ah, get off me, woman. Right? He goes to a gas station. Where there's a black hero at the gas station, right? And guy goes, I don't know, man. You know, he said, dude, I need a phone. I need to contact the TV stations. At the gas station, I need a phone to contact the TV stations. I got 10 minutes to stop the broadcast. Wow. So he calls out the TV station. Please, you must not play that commercial. You know what I mean? You don't know me, but you must not play the commercial.
Imagine making that call.
I swear to God. Wow. Wait. So there are 3 channels. So he's looking at TV. One TV channel turns it off. He's like, oh, good. What about the other 2? Hey, you need to turn off the channel. And then so the black guy is giving out candy to the kids who got the mask on, right? And then he's like, you know, say they turn it off the second one. He's like, no, there's one more. Oh, my God, it's already starting. The signal's starting. Stop. You got to stop it. You got to stop it. You got to stop it. And then this close up in his face, like Kevin McCarthy in Invasion of the Body says, he's like, stop it. And it cuts off, right? So that means he's failed.
Oh.
This was awesome, though. It's an awesome movie.
I feel like I've just watched that movie.
Yeah.
I feel like you just took me on a ride there, Chase.
Audio description king.
So what I'll do is I'll pass it over to my boys because that was already cool. But I will say this: Michael Myers comes back in another trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, and his niece, his sister's daughter, supposedly becomes like the new, like, you know, like clown killer and all that kind of stuff.
Like Michelle Myers.
Wow.
Yeah. Played by the lovely Danielle, what's her name? Anyway, I'm gonna pass it off because we had another trilogy of Michael Myers movies. Then Rob Zombie did 2 Michael Myers movies, and then you know it's just like Jesus Christ, man, Michael Myers is awesome. All right, Go ahead, James.
Right. So
and James, stop yawning. I saw you yawning before. Who's your character?
I woke up at 6 a.m. I've had 3 hours sleep. Okay, so it's the day you should all be scared of. Friday the 13th. I feel like Friday the 13th is just such one of the best slasher movies for as like a franchise of a whole. Like if you look at the first one, it's not really the best one, but you know.
Because it was his mama.
Yeah, it builds the series. It builds this incentive for the next 12 films. But
12.
There's 12 films. There's way too many.
Oh my God.
Way too many.
It never made 13 though, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd never made 13. Friday.
Well, because they couldn't stretch it. Like, look at the Chucky stretch.
Yeah, that was far fetched as hell.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there was that many. I think the most notable ones that people will know is 1, 2, and Freddy versus Freddy versus Jason. They're the 3 what main people know.
Nah. Meaning is Freddy. Jason goes to Manhattan.
Jason goes to Manhattan.
Oh my God!
Because I'm from
Jason
Manhattan.
goes to Manhattan.
You never saw that one?
No, I've seen it. And
The poster alone is Jason in Times Square, and Jason just walking along like this,
Times Square.
and then some homeboys on the street going, "Yo, man, he is dope, man." And Jason just played by the fantastic Kane Hodder. But go ahead, move on.
But yeah, with the first movie, when it was originally made, when they advertised it everywhere, the script was not written. Like they only had like the first page. They barely had anything. Like the first few pages.
That's some confidence right there, isn't it?
They had
wait. This is written by the inimitable Sean S. Cunningham, who was writing Last House on the Left and all these other kind of okay.
So when they promoted it, they were like, "We haven't finished it, but you know, it's gonna be good. We promise."
Yeah.
And before like
huge balls.
No, definitely.
Well, you got to remember, like, this is like one of the first slasher movies because I mean, even though I think Halloween came before Friday the 13th, because I think it's 1980,
Halloween,
right?
It took massive inspiration off Halloween. It was released in 1980. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're very similar, aren't they? I was gonna ask you.
Apparently, it took a majority of its inspiration from Halloween. Like they saw it and was like, I want to make that movie.
But over and over and over again.
Yeah.
No. But this one. But go ahead. Well, I mean, the killer in the first one was
Mother Voorhees.
Mother Voorhees. So it wasn't even Jason. So they didn't have the they didn't even have the
him yet.
hockey mask and everything else like that. But the ending was
So like she's in the water, and then Jason comes out. Jason comes out and just grabs.
that was the
grabs
biggest freaking
The biggest
shock
reveal of all.
all.
And when you see his face, it's so disfigured. And then you see him in the second one, and he's got like a bag on his head, like he's like a big
He's like the
guy.
Elephant Man.
Yeah, like the Elephant Man.
The Elephant
like
Man.
the Scarecrow, but with less coolness. But yeah,
He each have a pitchfork in as well.
I like to call it the Prince of slasher movies because of the King's Halloween. The King.
Do you reckon?
I reckon because it's the original.
Okay.
Hey, what? King's Halloween?
I reckon
Halloween is the best,
One of the
followed
best
by
slasher-
Friday the 13th.
That's what
Yeah.
I reckon. So
Yeah.
that's why Friday the 13th is like, as a franchise, it's something what everyone knows. Like if someone says Friday the 13th, you're all gonna know Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that date itself is so significant. It's created this whole like
Superstition.
this
Yeah,
cool.
it was the original campfire story because
Yeah.
they actually had the best like kind of like what do you call that campfire story, which was like a flashback kind of deal, you know, because what it was Jason's supposed to be a little boy, but magically he grows up to a big, huge hulking man.
He's supposed to be dead as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Under the water.
Like
Jason must have saw his mother getting killed on that beach that night.
Oh.
You know what I mean? That's what they're saying.
Oh, do you think he drowned and like germinated like humanoids from the deep? And that's why
Another humanoid from the
he's
deep.
another humanoid from the deep.
no, but it's
She
weird.
said it, not
It's weird because someone said to me, "Oh, this could happen to anyone with Jason." And I was like, "No, it can't." Then I researched it. There's an actual case of a camp story where 3 people were murdered
What?
Really?
in a Friday the 13th style.
Ooh.
So
Well, copycats.
True story.
creepy.
Copycats, man, copycats. So I mean, so Jason, you know, because he comes to the window to take out the final girl and everything, but then it's supposed to be like a dream because they show her getting carted away, right, and everything, and then they give us the inevitable 3D because it's 3D time, people.
3D time.
Friday the 13th, 3D.
3D.
in 3D. But
2Ds.
3Ds.
I love how there's like a real crystal lake and they put a Jason statue at the bottom of the ocean. So
I
if
don't
you ever
doubt it.
if you ever go diving, like you're gonna like crap yourself.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's so cruel.
Imagine you don't know and you just go there and you're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, Jason, what's up? I'm only swimming here. I'm swimming here. So anyway, what was significant about the third one?
I haven't seen the third one.
Nino, Nino. Mayday, mayday.
But I do want to go into a bit about how I love how bad the acting is in the first one.
In the first one, but they were all like kids,
Yeah.
except for Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, except Kevin Bacon.
Long live Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon is a national treasure.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Like I have that theory that I love that theory so much.
Yeah, I know it's true
Best
though. It
theory.
is true. It's true.
Yeah, but like it's just the action, like someone gets stabbed in the neck and it's so you obviously can tell it's fake, like it's rubber.
Well, yeah, you talking about when he was in the bed, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like his chest was his body. Well, we only saw his chest was fake. So he was actually sitting like in the bed, right? So he's sitting up in the bed like this, and then they put the chest neck thing like that, right? And then connect them two, and then so somebody's under the bed. So Kevin is like on his knees, and the body is in front of him, and then they stuck the spear through the neck and stuff.
The killing is so unique in it, so that's why I think it's one of the more funnest films. Funner, like you just funner. You can just slap it on. I mean, come on, like the necks get slashed. It's so obviously fake that it's fun.
But see, what I think it was key about it, the third one is only because like Jason didn't really become a slasher until the third one, because that's when he got the hockey mask. So just to let you know, that's when he got the hockey mask and everything. And it was terrible movie in the sense where it was 3D, because you had to have the 3D glasses and everything was that fake. You know, hey, let me just hold this pole in front of the camera. Hey, there's no reason why I'm doing this, but it's 3D. And
It was a slow build up to this, like to see this like significant character. This like everyone looks at a hockey mask, and a part of them will think Jason Voorhees.
Jason.
Like a part of you will think that, and I feel like I just love how they progressed.
So did you see any other ones? You only just stopped that? You only just stopped that too?
I stopped that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So all right, that's cool. I mean, like the thing about it is just the fact that the third one also had black people in it. You know, so like black people.
What?
Well, they weren't actually campers. They were just kind of like criminals at the camp.
They've got to find a way. They've got to find a way to somehow still be like racist while doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to bring it in.
But then what they had was like different actors as Jason. So this guy was kind of like Uncle Jerry playing Jason.
Actors.
Yeah, but this guy was like Uncle Jerry, you know, playing Jason and stuff. He just really looked weird. He didn't look like the mountain man in the elephant mask hood and stuff like that and everything. But it was just really cool. But what I would just say is significant was the fourth one, the final chapter, which was supposed to be the final chapter, right? But this is where they introduced Corey. What's his name? Corey Haim? No, not Corey Haim. What's the other Corey? You know, there are two Corys, right?
Corey Hayward?
No, man, the actor Corey Haim and Corey. Jesus Christ, guys, help me out from the Lost Boys and stuff. No, Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman. So this one introduced Corey Feldman as a kid, right? You know, who takes out Jason by because he loves monster makeup and everything, and he shaves his head to look like Jason as a boy. So when Jason's trying to kill his sister and everything, you know, like he fools Jason and he slashes him up. And this is crazy because you have a little kid. He was actually like around 12, or he wasn't like an adult playing a kid. He was actually like a little kid, just swinging his machete at the camera and everything in slow motion and stuff. So obviously anybody would go crazy, as he did. So
before I pass on to Matt, I do want to say I would cast Owen Wilson as Jason.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Why?
Wait. Do you got the right Wilson, brother?
Yeah, I've got the right Wilson brother.
Okay.
I've got the right Wilson brother.
Okay.
Why? Please justify.
I just think he has a great build for it. I think he looks cool.
Owen Wilson has no build whatsoever.
No.
Owen Wilson's chill, man.
I just feel like he'd suit it.
He's not a big guy, though.
I just like him.
What, do you think he'd chop someone's head off and go, wow?
I reckon.
Wow.
I reckon Owen Wilson. He has a secret like dark side. I reckon he'd be perfect for the character.
A secret dark side.
Secret dark side.
The dark side of Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson as in Lightning McQueen. Owen Wilson as in Marley and me.
You think Lightning McQueen should be Jason? We haven't even gotten to that part yet. Let Matt finish his deck of fills before you go there. But let's just remember, he thinks Lightning McQueen should be Jason.
Faster than fast.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
I am speed.
I am speed.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, young blood.
1984.
1984. So now we're moving into the time now. Slashers are all over the place.
Slashers are a thing. You've seen loads of them. You always go to the movies to go watch them and things. It's 1984. The world's a bit stranger. The hair's slightly bigger. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger. God damn.
God damn.
Like,
Robert Englund.
Robert the Englund.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what? I'm not a fan of his last name. It makes me confused.
Of England?
Yeah, just spelling's hard at the best of times.
Dude, he played this like really like crazy character in V the series. But go ahead. Now, please tell me the scariest shot for you, because mine was when we see his arms stretch out and down the alleyway.
Yeah.
What was the scariest one for you?
Like for me, it was like it's close to the start, and it's literally it's a little bit where the girl's running away, and he's like the first. It's just after the arms bit. She sees him, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Runs, and he runs, and he literally just boop, he's there, pops up right in front of her. And that got me, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." Oh, so he's just like he's not slow then.
Because
he's not slow.
Well, no, but it's like because he moves through dreams, he could just pop in and out.
That's the thing that made it super scary for me. Was like I'm super into like dreams and all things like that. I find it like dead sort of interesting and things. And it was like the whole thing about Freddie is like if your dreams are going to become a reality kind of thing.
Well, I mean, also too is let's talk about the inimitable Johnny Depp.
Well, yeah.
Come on.
Is it like Johnny Depp's first movie, isn't it?
It is. It's before 21 Jump Street, Johnny Depp. So, you know, it's like Kevin Bacon in Friday the 13th, and this is Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
And then like, first of all, where the hell did all that blood come from?
in the bed scene.
True. In the bed scene, yeah.
It makes no sense. Dreams, bro.
Dreams. I can
wet
remember.
That's the thing about it. All the plot holes and all the things where you can be like, oh, this and that. It's just like, nah, bro. It's dreams.
It's just dreams, man.
It's a fountain of blood, bruv. I mean,
Don't
it's
eat
a
cheese
geyser
before
of
bed.
blood,
Like,
man.
literally. Don't eat cheese before bed.
Don't eat cheese.
Don't eat chease before bed.
You've heard it here first. Don't eat cheese before bed
It'll get you.
and stuff. What about Heather Langenkamp in the bathtub?
Oh yeah, I forgot what we did.
Oh, with the
yeah, that was scary.
The little shark.
You know what? Oh, I have never had a bath and not thought about that, you know, ever since I
Yeah.
watched that movie.
You know what, Sinead? I thought about it too.
Like, if I have a bubble bath,
I be in the bath and I go,
no rubber duckies for me, man. They just pop up out the water. It's too much.
No.
Got to check that water temperature and check it for any Freddy Kruegers.
Forget Jaws. Freddy in the bathtub.
Fred in the tub.
Freddy in the tub, man.
But yeah, the dreams, man. That's the whole dreamscape thing, like the way she's got to like pull him out. Strong female lead in the first one, by the way.
Yeah.
Annie.
Yeah, she was really kind of like the significant kind of like final girl compared to It was Jamie Lee Curtis, of course, queen of the Scream Queens, but but you could tell that Wes Craven obviously wanted this to be scary. Yeah. At what point do you think he thought it should be funny?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of it's Rob Englund, like, because it's just the way he plays it.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the whole, because they're teenagers and it's because it's so like everyone thinks she's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of like the disbelief that kind of makes it a little bit funny, and then it's like, oh no, it's real, and it's like kind of gets a bit.
Yeah, but it also has the drug tone because she had to keep herself awake and everything with pills.
Oh no, it's like coffee, innit? She's always drinking.
Oh yeah. But that was kind of stupid. Just like, she would have just like the significant big decanter of coffee.
The bit that I found real funny, and it's like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like because it's a little bit out of place or just like the way it's done. You know, the mum. She's just on the bevies every night.
Yeah.
but like she'll be walking through the hallway and like upstairs and that, just bottle of vodka from underneath the towel, okie dokie. And like, but there must be bottles of vodka like everywhere in the house. Just the way she keeps pulling them all the way through the film.
What about mom being shoved through the keyhole?
Oh yeah.
At the end.
What was it though?
How would you do that? I don't know.
Dreams, man.
Yeah, I know.
Dreams.
Now it was mad cool, and then you got great John Saxon, who also was in Black Christmas. Mm-hmm.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
I think they are all connected. To be fair, like a little bit. Every like slasher's got a little bit of connection in them.
Yeah, well, true that. And fast forward to Freddy versus Jason.
Oh.
Well, now we're in pure comedy and stuff like that. but like who do you think should have won that fight? Both of you guys, between you two.
I'm gonna play the wild card here and say neither.
Who actually won?
They could
I
have
haven't seen it.
It was Jason who won, I think.
Oh, Jason won. Okay.
They could have done like a plot convenience, a bit like Batman and Superman, and like Godzilla's gonna do with Kong.
It did better than Batman versus Superman. I mean,
did it?
Like the thing about it is we waited forever, right, for that. Like, what was that? Like around 6? Was that around the 6th film or something like that? You thinking? Because we had Nightmare on Elm Street. We had the first trilogy, and then we had the Dream Master trilogy. Because, you had Dream Warriors was the third one, which was the best. And then you had the Dream Child trilogy. Yeah. So you had 2 trilogies for Freddie. And then you finally got around to it. But by the time Jason Goes to Hell, right?
Jason Goes to Hell.
That's the name of the movie. By the
Chucky
time Jason Goes to Hell.
And Jason Goes to Hell.
At the end of that, No, but at the end of that, the claw came out. Freddy's claw came out to pull the mask down. So they was like they've been planning that for ages, and it finally happened. So it was kind of like the King Kong versus Godzilla, famous movie fight where you can't really have a winner, but you have to have them both, to come up. But I thought Freddy versus Jason was fantastic because I love it how Jason found himself in Freddy's boiler room and he's like, "Yeah, I got you, kid." Because in a way, Jason is a kid. So it was perfect. I mean, it was really good, I thought.
I loved how someone did win in a sense, and it wasn't like we want to keep both characters alive and not upset a certain fan base.
Yeah.
I'm glad they were like, yeah, who cares? Kill one of them. But Freddy Krueger didn't die. In the end, you hear his scream.
Yeah.
You hear
No. In the end, wasn't it like Jason chops Freddy's head off and he's walking back to Crystal Lake and then Freddy winks at the camera and stuff like that. You know what
it
I
ain't
mean?
ogre till it's ogre.
Yeah. What? It ain't ogre till it's ogre?
Yeah, when we review Shrek as the next slasher.
Somebody once told me. No
All right.
more
Freddy's gonna roll me.
So, okay, fine. So, Blake is probably going to say how over we are. But so let's just do our remake scenario, right? I mean, because these movies ended, pretty much in the 90s or the millennium. Okay. And, if they were made today, who would be in it? And, and where, and what would you do? So I'm going to go first. So Halloween, today, I will choose to be Michael Myers. Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live.
Nice.
If you know Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live, the King of Staten Island, and stuff like that, that is one psychotic.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a deeply damaged dude.
He's more damaged than the Joker.
He's like a Vietnam vet without going to Vietnam. You know what I mean?
I don't know what his problem is. Man. He lives with his mom. What is your problem, man?
But stressed out guy.
I don't know, man. I just got too much women, too much money. I don't understand. But that would be my guy.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Thanks, Matt. At least you know who he is. At least they're not gonna say, I don't know who the fucking Saturday Night Live is. Okay.
Watch Saturday Night Live. Watch The King of Staten Island.
There you go.
Great movie. That's definitely something you should watch.
Well, that's what I just said, Pete Davidson. So who's your guy to take on?
Take on Halloween?
No.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
So the beauty about Friday the 13th is that there's always these loads of actors, actresses, like the camp. I feel like for campmates, I feel like some cool ones would be like Thomasin McKenzie. She's coming out in Last Night in Soho. The new Edgar
Wright.
Yeah, the new Edgar Wright one. And Anna Joy Taylor, and I feel like who's playing Mother
I hate her. I hate her with a passion. She is really weird looking to me. She looks like a doll. Her neck? No, it's not her neck. It's her eyes. It's like she got doll eyes. Didn't you see the Queen's Gambit? She's just really weird looking.
Yeah. And for Mother Voorhees, Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, man, she's dead, bruv. We're talking about now. You supposed to pick somebody from now. I don't even know how you even know who Audrey Hepburn is. You don't, do you, lad?
I know.
And you're supposed to be casting Jane. You're supposed to be casting Jason.
I don't know anything anymore. That's
you're supposed to be casting Jason,
what is this show?
Everything is a lie.
You could have done like Tyler Mane, the big wrestler who they did in the Halloween. You know what I mean?
Owen Wilson. I'm standing by Owen Wilson, man.
Wow. Owen Wilson is Jason. Wow. Give Max the mic.
I'm sorry, guys.
And stuff. Jesus.
Wow. Top marks, though. So I'm going to say Freddy Krueger in the now time.
In the now time.
Do you know what I want? Do you know who I want to see play Freddy Krueger?
Who's that?
The one and only John C. Reilly.
Oh.
You know, from
I know who John C. Reilly is. He's a really good psycho.
He's from
I would really rather see him more as Ed Gein, like Leatherface, but go ahead.
I don't know. You know, because he's just like ridiculous but can actually act.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he could do Krueger really well. You know, that kind of like, I don't care, I'm just here to scare you kind of thing.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly, man.
Oh man, that's a good choice. Yeah. Good choice. And like, all right, you, Chucky.
See, I was in two minds about this one.
Well, maybe you should think about like Brad Dourif, who was not the Chucky, but the Brad Dourif. He was the guy.
Yeah, he played both. So yeah. So that was my issue because obviously you're going to see Chucky mostly as the doll, if we're being honest. Yeah. So I was thinking Nick Kroll, only because like his vocal range, he can go from like generic dude to like, I'm a monster. You know what I mean? Like, oh, no, I'm a monster. Andrew, I'm a monster. No, I feel like I know you haven't seen.
Okay, sorry.
No, I was thinking Nick Kroll on that only because like as a voice actor. He's got some range. I reckon he could probably pull something out the bad for Chucky that would sound like, pretty cool. Because that was my worry with like the remake that they did do. I was kind of like, well, it's not Brad Dourif, but how similar is it going to sound? And so, I don't know who did it, but he did do a pretty good job of it. It just kind of making it sound like an innocent Brad Dourif. But I feel like Nick Kroll probably. As for like, if we do get to see him in human form, I'm not sure. But, like, obviously, if you've got to keep the voice and whatever, then probably Nick Kroll would be my choice. I'd also kind of opt to maybe have Andy not be Andy, maybe, like, be a girl, and then have it... Yeah.
You got to gender blend that.
Gender blend, and then have it as Amelie. What's her name? I don't know what her second name is.
Audrey Tattoo?
No, the little girl from Haunting of Bly Manor. Amelie, the little kid.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I didn't watch the show.
No, but like have her as like the Andy, like Andrea.
No. I think that's a good choice, but then it also sounds a little bit weird, because it's like, oh, I want to get inside you.
Yeah.
I mean
He's gone.
Go to horny jail, Chase. Go to horny jail.
You set it up so well, man.
I'm innocent.
If we ever got to go to court, I'll be your lawyer, bro. Okay. I'll fight your case, bro. Imagine that. All right. Oh, yeah.
I said it would be weird.
I mean,
I'm prefaced it.
And Chucky's a weird franchise, so it's,
Right.
What you got?
I know who I want for Jason now.
What?
I know who I want for Jason.
John Cena.
Oh, okay.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
When you both said King of Staten Island, I thought, yeah, Bill Burr. Like, come on. He's got the face.
That is awesome. That is a great freaking choice.
Starring big Bill Burr as himself.
But that's what I mean. I mean, Bill Burr, he's even the big guy as well and everything. That would be a really good choice and everything like that. Nice save. But he did it. So, basically, I guess the closing out our slashathon is like, in the 80s, we had so many different, slashers. We had Candyman, we had Shocker, we had, it was
like a Pinhead.
Leatherface.
Leatherface.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, I think that maybe in finality of bringing together of what we do is it needs to be like, we need to do like a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you had all these different characters, monster characters. So we need to, like, in this Modern and Eyes remake, we need to just have like the Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash.
Great.
No, because all of these, because don't you agree? All of these characters would be like the Universal monsters.
Yeah.
Like
what about
when they had Dracula and Frankenstein and all that.
Freddy versus Jason 2, the Monster Mash, and they just all cameo. Yeah, like Civil War.
Yeah, but I mean, like Cabin in the Woods had that kind of thing. They created some kind of way that you have all of these people all like locked up somewhere or whatever, and then there's a breakout. It's like the Avengers.
How are we gonna do it?
Like that,
what we're sending
like
out today, boys.
And then now you're gonna release all of these serial killers
Giant
into the
spider.
world. Oh, I hated that. I hated it. No. I hated that. I don't like spiders. I don't like spiders.
Oh,
but or snakes.
Or snakes.
Yeah, no, I don't like them.
Come on, man.
I'm creepy.
We know.
Oh, that'll be that. I'm just saying. A monster mash of all of these 80s, 90s killers all in one thing.
The Royal Rumble of slashers.
Yes.
The Royal Rumble of slashers. The
Yes.
slash down.
The slash down.
And that's what we're
Brought to
talking
you
about.
by someone.
The movie squad.
The movie squad. The movie squad has been brought to you the slash down and stuff like that. But that would be cool though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Putting all those, people together, and then you have some random, like, you know, girl or guy, you know, supposedly stopping it, like that guy in Halloween 3. Somehow, I'm just human. I just want to stop it all.
Enough is enough.
Stop it!
I've seen
Stop
it all. I've seen it all now.
No more slashing.
Madness.
Don't you know slashing is not cool anymore? Not in the Me Too movement. But yeah, no, I think that would have been cool. So it's like, well, hey, anyway, this was pretty cool. Even though it looks like me and you, Sinead, are the only ones that did research, not like these guys. You know what I mean?
Did research.
You didn't even know about Freddy's Revenge.
Freddy's Revenge, man.
Freddy's Revenge, man.
See? You stop it. You don't know it.
Do I look like a dictionary? Do I look like Wikipedia, Matt?
We could care someone just saying Candyman 5 times.
No. Oh, is that how we're going to close it?
That's not
We're
that's
going to say
what we meant
Candyman.
to not.
No, we're going to close it by saying, stop it. Stop it.
John C. Reilly in a cabin with loads of other famous slashers just being confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, made by Jordan Peele.
Yes.
Jordan Peele could do it. He can handle
do
it.
it.
He can
He's
do
the
it.
man.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So anyway, I want to thank the other movie squatters here. You know, that's the lovely Sinead.
Wanna thank
That's
you,
the
Cheese.
and then well, what do I have to thank you first? The enigmatic and then the enigmatic Matt, the confused and young James.
The wee one.
It's the name of the first album that, you know, Young and Confused.
Yeah, young and confused and everything, and myself, Chase, and everything.
Chase
So-
from space.
Chase from space.
Chase goes to
You know what I mean? So,
Space
as we
Jam.
close it out, stop it!
Stop it!
Stop it!
Stop it right now.